In 13th century England, a Knight Templar and a few of the Baron's men fight to defend Rochester Castle against the tyrannical King John. Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review, and this time it's on the movie Ironclad. This movie came out back in 2011, did not win nor was it nominated for any awards, but you can catch this over at Amazon Prime. That's exactly where I saw this movie. And the main cast in this is Paul Giamatti, Jason Fleming, Brian Cox, James Purefoy, Kate Miller, Derek Jacobi, Charles Dance, Jamie Foreman, Mackenzie Crook, Wise Perry Jones, Nolan Bernard, Vladimir Kulich, David Melville, Annabelle Apsian, Stephen Wodry, Daniel O'Mara, Brie Condon, and Guy Sino. And before I go to my thoughts, there is something I do need to talk about before I get to that. Is this based on a true story? I did actually hear about this, about what happens in the movie when I was in school, high school nonetheless. What grade was I in? It was definitely history class. It wasn't with him. It was with her. So that would have been grade 10? Yeah, that makes sense. Grade 10. So I want to say back in 2000, 2001, something like that. Yeah, that sounds right. I think it might have been like 2000 to be exact. But that being said, I had a feeling. I actually wound up going on Google and Wikipedia, taking a look and comparing what they say and what I learned back when I was in high school. And oh my god, a lot of the stuff that I learned back then was pretty much accurate. So that being said, the movie. However, this movie came out later. Yeah, 2011. So, the movie itself, is based on the real-life siege of Rochester Castle by the pompous and loathsome King John in the year 1215. I did learn that in high school. However, in actuality, it was protected by somewhere in between 95 to 140 knights. That's what I remembered. 95 to 140 knights, supported by crossbowmen, sergeants, and others as well. But for this movie, for the sake of the movie, they had it more down to about 20 people only defending Rochester Castle. Yeah. 20 fighting men. Yeah. Anyhow, that being said, what do I think about this movie? Is it bad? Is it good? Is it great? Let's go over everything, shall we? So, first of all, before I forget, this falls under war epic, action, drama, history, romance, and war in the genres. And yes, I wish there was not as much drama as there was in the movie, but yeah. Anyhow, that being said, what do I think of everything? I have some gripes with this movie, and then for other things, I have no complaints. Let's start off with the best thing about the movie. Let's do that this time on. The best thing about the movie would have to be the cast. I think the cast did a great job. A great job. I have no complaints over the acting. Kate Mara, I know her from a few other things. Not many, but a few other things. And to be honest, I personally love her acting. I think she's a very good actress. And she's amazing at times when pushed. Paul Giamatti, I have seen some great movies from him. I've seen some good movies from him. And I've seen some not so good movies from him. And I would have to say this one, he was actually very, very good. And I'm glad. To me personally, I personally feel like he did a very good job. The other actors, I don't know any other actors. One name sticks out to me, that's Brian Cox, but that being said, where do I know him from? I could not tell you. I didn't even look to see what he was in before this. No. But that being said, let's go over to other aspects. Graphics for its time and type, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome if you ask me. I thought it was great. Maybe not the best of its time and type, but it is up there for me, considering what the type of movie that it falls under. Because this is a type of movie that I like to call a peace movie. Because it deals with something within the history something that took place in history type thing. That's why I like to call it a peace movie. What else? Action. There was action, and there was actually quite a bit of action. I very much enjoyed the action when there was. Like I said, I wish it wasn't as much of a dramatization as it was. There shouldn't have been as much drama. There should have been more action, nonetheless. Yeah. But that being said, no, I very much enjoyed the action when there was. To me personally, the action wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. My main gripe with this movie winds up being more on the storyline. I wish it was more accurate to what actually happened in real life, but because, like I said before, they put it down to like only 20 people defended Rochester Castle. Yeah, and I don't like that. I really don't. I wish they were more true with it. Yeah. What can you do? They do this with movies all the time. The plot itself is actually a good plot. It is. It's about, like I said, history. When it does that, when they take something from our history or a certain person from history, it's a good thing to do, and don't get me wrong, and it makes a good plot. But that being said, was it written properly? I'm sorry, no. It wasn't written properly. I think it was written pretty well, okay at times. Yeah. That's what my gripe is with this. It really, really is. I think it could have been written a lot better. A lot better. Yeah. Anyhow, that being said, I've talked about everything. IMDb, with all the users combined, gives this movie a 6.1 out of 10. What do I think? Well, my thoughts? I actually liked the movie. I thought it was good. But that was it. Good. Is it a movie that I would like to see again down the line? Maybe. Yeah. So, that being said, I give this none other than a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. That's my rating. I think it's good, but it wasn't anything special. Yeah. That being said, if you love this movie or did not love this movie, you can let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. I always love your comments, whether you love the movie or hate it. You can like this video, like this review, and you can subscribe to my channel if you love my content. So, thank you all for taking time to watch, and join me next time for another movie review I intend to do soon. I am out.